Hello everyone, welcome back to today's episode of Glitz and Glitter. I'm going to do 4 coasters today. These are old coasters, they're not that shiny anymore, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be using that as the backs and the top will be the front. So we're going to do Geode coasters because I found these cute, adorable little sticker things at Hobby Lobby. And I thought that they would go good in the center of a Geode coaster and put some coordinating colors for fall in them. Since those are yellow, I wanted to do red and orange. So this is Unicorn art and this one is about. I'll link everything below in the description box like I always do for you guys. So if you're looking for anything that I'm using, that is the place to find it. I'm going to be mixing up my normal recipe for these coaster molds. I think these hold about 3 ounces each, but I don't fill them up. I'm going to mix up, I think 10 ounces, maybe 8 ounces. Because I leave about 1 ounce on the top of each one for the clear coat to go over whatever I'm doing. And even if I don't put something in the center, I still put a clear coat over everything after everything's done moving. So I'm going to mix up 8 ounces and then I will split it and I'll let you know exactly how I split it. Actually not usually. So for sure I will be keeping 4 ounces as clear. And then I'm going to do probably 1 ounce in the red because the darker color tends to take over. And then the rest of it in the orange. So that's my plan. I'll let you know if I change it when I come back. So while I'm mixing this, I remeasured my molds because something didn't sound right when I was saying 3 ounces. So these hold actually 4 ounces of resin each, which is why I had 10 ounces written down as my recipe. So I did mix 10 ounces. And that'll leave me plenty of space for my top coat. So I am going to leave 5 ounces clear because I always do half of whatever I mix stays clear so we could pour it in the center to get the effect that we're going for. And then I decided I'm going to do 2 ounces in the red and 3 ounces in the orange. I always do more of the lighter colors because the dark colors tend to take over, but typically in a geode I don't do 2 colors. I usually always do 1 color and then white. So I usually always mix like 1 ounce of color. I'm not trying to like confuse you or anything, but if you want to make notes, if you're going to use white, you only use 1 ounce of whatever color you want just around the edge, and then the rest in white and then clear, and always keep half of clear of whatever you mix. So even if you're mixing 1 coaster, say it's 3 ounces, then you would save 1.5 ounces of clear and then split the rest. Very, very minimal of your color and then the white. So that's how I've had my success on that. So also silicone cup, if you don't know how to clean them and you're new to resin, there is a link in my description to show you how to clean these things in just a minute. And I'm going to finish mixing these and get those colors put in while I finish this. You don't have to watch. I've got my 5 set aside of clear. I'm going to do 3 ounces of the orange. Like I said, I'm just going to tip it in until it's opaque so you can't see through it. So just add a little bit at a time until it's no longer too translucent. It doesn't take a whole lot, and it would take less if you had pigment paste. You can make your own pigment paste. That's also linked in my description, and you wouldn't have to use so much powder, which I wish I had time to just sit here and make pigment paste for all my colors, but I don't. But I know it will save you a lot of money in powders if you want to take the time to make your own pigment paste. It's super easy and you already have everything at home that you need. So this one is just about there, just a little bit more. I don't get to use orange that often, so I'm kind of excited to do this for fall. And those little stickers I have sitting over there with the bumblebees. I'm not going to use the bees, although I'd like to, because there is some clear wings on them and their tail is clear, and it's just going to disappear in the resin. So all you would see is like the head, the body, and the abdomen. You wouldn't see anything else, so I can't use those in here. That one's good. This one is brand new. I haven't used this one yet. I don't use red and orange very often until it gets to this season, because I'm always doing blue. Like, you guys know that. You see all my videos, you know I use a lot of blue. Hopefully this is red and not a pink. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Just get that fully mixed. You don't want any powder floating, and it will, or it'll sink, one or the other, and then you'll see it and you'll be mad at yourself. So just take some time and mix it well. I've transferred the red into a paper cup only because I want to be able to squeeze it like this, and I can't do that on those plastic ones. So all I'm going to do is go around the outer edge of each coaster, and that's it. Again, the red is definitely going to, it's going to take over. I know that already. I'm just hoping we see enough orange when I'm done. Even though I have more orange, your outer color always takes over, so be careful. Just try to distribute it evenly so they kind of all match. And if you need like 6 or more coasters at once, I recommend doing them all at the same time, because you'll never be able to, unless you measure every detail, you will not be able to duplicate what you're doing. And I had done that for placemats for a friend. We measured every single detail. We measured how much mica into how much resin, because we only had one mold and we wanted them all to come out the same. So you definitely have to take your time if you don't have enough molds, otherwise they will look different. I'm just going to use up this red. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be pushing it out with the clear and you're not going to see the ring. You might see it from the underside, but that's the back and it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just going to wipe this little dot because you will see that dot on the back of these coasters. With the orange, I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go right on the inside of the red and make a ring. I'm trying not to close in the center. Sometimes it happens and you can't do anything about it, just depending on your quantities. But if you don't have to, then I don't. I do have more orange than red, and I'm hoping these colors are different enough that we're going to see the difference in the coaster when it's done. That's why I like to use white with everything. A little bit more. Who needs it? And again, I'm going to wipe that little dot. Okay, so just take your clear and dump it into the middle until it's about even with the rest of them. So just kind of be careful. And then we're going to let the resin do its own magic. Oh gosh, I need more clear. You've got to be kidding. I used too much. Try to get as much out as I can. It might be okay. Then I'm going to take the heat gun and I'm just going to put a little bit of heat to it to start some movement. That one's got a little more than I want it to have. In fact, I think I'm going to try to scoop clear out with my little spoon, because I want to be able to put a top coat on there. I got too anxious. And then you're going to pop bubbles and then you're going to leave it alone. I used my little, whatever you call these, to squeeze it out of the center, and I put it into that one. I'm just going to warm it up. And I'm just going to let them sit. It's the next day and they're looking pretty good. A lot of red, but I do see the orange and you can see all the little striation marks in them. I know my lighting is from the under cabinet lights. How's that? The only thing I didn't show on camera was the centers. So after about an hour, I came to check the centers and they were all closing up a little differently. So I kind of took my silicone tool and pulled into the inside, and then I just swirled the inside, even though we're going to cover it. And I do want to show you, I took one of these little guys out and put a little dab of resin over it. And you cannot see the rhinestone like I thought, but you can see that it looks like mirror pieces. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use those little guys. And now that I forgot to put them on before I put my gloves on, I'm going to struggle now because I don't want to take them off and put them back on. So I'm just going to get, these are just stickers. You just stick them on and press pretty good. And try to get the center. Let me do the ones I could. And then I think I'm going to put the little bees on. I've already got my resin mixed up. I mixed up 6 ounces, so that should finish filling them up. Hopefully it doesn't do anything to the yellow rhinestones. I never thought about that, but I don't think it will. But we're going to find out. Because these aren't the only ones that I bought. I bought a whole bunch of different kinds, so I'm hoping they work. Well, you can see the yellow, but you can't see the fact that they're rhinestones. Looks like yellow mirror. So I'm bringing them up over this one. This one's a little too much. I'm bringing them up just barely above to dome them so we don't have much trimming to do. And then I will pop bubbles and let them cure. So just look at them from eye level. And they all look pretty good, so they shouldn't spill over. I'm just going to take my tiny little torch here and just check on them every once in a while, make sure no bubbles come up from underneath the stickers. And we'll see you at demolding. They are cured and they're ready to unmold. I think they came out pretty cute, even though it only looks like, I don't know, a little piece of foil in there, but that's okay. I'm good with that. That is really cool. I'm happy with the design. Oh, and the backs look pretty good too. That's great. Let's get these out. I've got my gold paint pen, my chrome marker. And we're going to paint the edges of this to go along with the inside. They look better out of the mold. You could see those striations a lot better. Tiny bit of overpour right there, but not bad at all. Like I said, when you dome them good, there's no sharp edges. No sharp edges at all. See that pretty? Probably not, but I'm really happy with them. Maybe you can't see. Can you see through? They are a little transparent. We lost the facets, but we kept the color, so that's okay. That's all right. I'm gonna get these trimmed and then we're gonna get some paint on them. I'm just gonna go around the edge. I usually like just finishing off my coasters with this paint pen. It can rub off, but I mean, unless you're gonna use it all the time, I don't use mine all. Mine are mostly for show. We do use some of them, and that's why I know it can rub off. But you can put it right back on, or maybe seal it in somehow. But I still like the way it looks. There you go. What do you think? I'm pretty happy with it. Try not to touch it, it'll get on you. I am super happy with them. I think I'll keep the other ones, even though we lost the facets, like I said. But I think it's still cute. You can still see the bee's wings and his little tail in there, so. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. We'll see what I can come up with tomorrow, but you will know I'll be there. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You have a blessed day. Stick around for the rest of the pictures I'll get ya. Have a blessed day. Bye.